Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a video to take a look at all of the different equipment and machines and everything in the store for the Platinum expansion for Farming Simulator 22. There will be a separate video that'll cover all the different buildings and everything like that. It'll probably honestly just be different tutorials on those specific production buildings. So those are really the only things that are added in terms of buildings. Down below, however, in the YouTube slider bar for this video, if you were looking for a specific equipment category like tractors or forestry equipment or whatever it may be, you can go ahead and skip ahead to the category you want to take a look at. But again, we're going to take a look at every one of these vehicles in the store and then take a look at them outside of the store as well, and just kind of their basic functions. We're not going to go out and use every single one of them, but this is just to kind of give you a little bit of a review of what equipment is coming in this pack. So to start off, we're going to do tractors. So I am going to look at everything through the Platinum expansion window in here, just because it helps me keep organized and keep track of what I'm trying to look at. So that's just down here, but you can, again, locate different tractors and things in here, like for example, the one in here, this is one of the ones we're going to take a look at. One of the first ones we're going to take a look at, but I'm going to look at them all through here. So tractors. So the first tractor we'll take a look at here is going to be the Volvo BM 2654, 88,500 to buy, 140 horsepower, manual transmission, holds 210 liters of fuel, travels at 21 miles per hour, weighs 7.5 tons. If we go into here, we can adjust the tires. So under trailer board, we have standard, wides, back to standard. Michelin, we have standard, wides, and then Vertisign, standard, wides, and then back to trailer board. Fenders, you can have yes or no if you want to take those front fenders off. Front weight, you can have 150, 250, 350, 450, 550, and no on there. Beacon, yes or no. And then you can also adjust the license plate, which has Silver Run Forest custom plates, which is pretty cool. So there you go. That is the different customizations options for this. Then if we go to the next tractor that is going to be on our list today, it's going to be this guy right here, the PM Franzelt, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it, the PM Track 3, 202,000 to buy, 180 to 236 horsepower, has a variable CVT transmission, holds 265 liters of fuel, travels at 31 miles per hour, and weighs 14.2 tons. And then this guy right here, this 8-ton right here, if we actually go into our main menu down here, and go down to the help menu. So there's different icons now with the expansion. So we go to shop icons. That is max carrying weight, so of the crane. Then we also have length of yarder and then max tree diameter. So these are different shop icons that we'll have to refer to as we go through here and get some of that stuff, take a look at. So again, we're going to look at some of that as we go through. But if we go back into the store here, back into here, let me go back to this guy right here. That's what that is right there. 8 tons is how much it can lift, which is pretty good. Now we go into here. This is its current configuration with the crane and the blade. You can change that. That's 142,000 extra. So you're looking at 349 now for this guy. So just be aware of that. You can just do the crane for 130,000. Well, I guess the blade, sorry, is going to be that guy in the back there. So you can do just the crane and that front blade for 130,000, or standard takes it back down to nothing, which is just 207,000 for you. Well, 202,000 plus there's other options in here we'll take a look at. So there's that for you. If we go down here, engine setup, you have the PM Track 3 2380. That's 180 horsepower. If we bump it up, that bumps it to 236 and then back to 180. So extra 28 grand for that extra horsepower. For wheels, we have under trailer board, we have standard, wheel weights, wide tires, wides and weights, back to standard. Under Michelin, we have standard, wheel weights, and then back to standard. Continental, we have standard, wheel weights, back to standard. Midas, we have standard, wheel weights, back to standard. BKT, we have standard and wheel weights, and then Vertisign, we have standard, wheel weights. Nokian, we have standard, wheel weights, standard 2, and then we have wheel weights 2, and then communal, and then back to standard, and then we're back to trailer board. So a lot of different options there. Safety frame, we can take that safety frame off, which I actually like the look of it without it. I mean, given you're doing forestry, it kind of fits it, but other than that, you don't really need it. And then down here, we have the license plate, again, configuration there. The next one we have to take a look at is going to be this guy right here, the Kotzen Reuter K300R Gen 2, $310,000 starting price. It's going to run you at 300 horsepower there, has a variable CVT transmission, holds 250 liters of fuel, 24 miles per hour, 15.2 tons, how much it weighs. It can lift 8 tons, which is that? Yeah, same as that one there. So if we go into here now, crane plus blade, again, adds $112,000 to the price. You can do just the crane if you don't want that rear blade. Again, that's that rear blade there in the back. Or you can do standard as well. So there's that for you. Then under tires, so under Nokian, we have standard, weights, standard 2, weights 2, and then back to standard. Under trailer board, we have standard and weights, wides and weights, and then back to standard. Michelin, we have standard weights, wides and weights, back to standard. Continental, we have standard and weights, wides and weights, back to standard. Then we go to, we skipped Midas there. Midas, we have standard weights, wides and weights, back to standard. BKT, we have standard weights, wides, weights, and then back to standard. Vertistine, we have standard and weights, wides and weights, back to standard, and then back to no again. You can adjust the color on this one to either orange, black, you take a look at the beige, or the standard color, which is the green there. Rim color can also be adjusted to black if you'd like as well, and then there's license plates on there. So those are the 3 tractors. So here I have them out set down here. So first we have the Volvo BM. So this thing does look absolutely fantastic. We'll go ahead and get in it. You guys can hear it start up. I'm actually gonna turn up your guys' volume a little bit for what you guys will hear. Sounds great. We open up that help menu. I didn't put beacons on it. I should have. I forgot to. But there you go. You don't really have anything special up there that you can do. Oop, that was camera. Sorry, I meant to honk. There's a little horn for it. It looks good. A lot of really good detail on it. Hop over here. I have one configuration with and without the crane. We're just going to hop in the one with the crane. You can see the one without the crane has a front and rear 3-point. This guy right here, hop in it. Sounds great. If I hit X to unfold the tractor, that gets us ready to use that crane. And if I move it around, oh gosh, some struggles here. You can see our seat in there turns. So if we get inside here, we're gonna turn with that if we're trying to lift stuff. And if I'm done, I can just fold the tractor, but I'm gonna leave it unfolded because that's where I want it. But you can fold it if you'd like to do that. And then there's another view right there for us, and then back outside here. So you have all those options there for that. Now that is, I think I got everything. Yeah, you can open, close that, turn that. And you can do all your standard crane stuff that you would normally do. All makes sense. Now we have control group 1 right now is what we're on. If we go to next tool, that's the blade. So now we can adjust this blade on the back up and down. I don't think we can take any of these different options off. That front blade, I don't think we can take it off if you have it in this configuration. But we can adjust that front blade if we want to. So we can move those blades up and around however we want to. And then if we go back to control group 1, that's back to the crane. So that's your options for this guy right here. But there you go. And then this guy over here should be pretty much the same. We'll hop in it here. Sounds great. I didn't take a look at the horn in the other one. Horns are all going to be very similar. Nothing terribly crazy or anything like that. I didn't look at all the light configurations, but they do have some good lights on them. I just want you guys to get an overview. So again, X to unfold. We're currently on the blade group, but I think it might bump us to a crane if we unfold it over there. Yep, so now we're on crane. We can go to the blade group. Controls are all going to be the same. So there you guys go. That is the tractors for you guys. Now the next kind of group that I want to take a look at is kind of the miscellaneous group, which is this going to be this forklift and this dump truck here, which we'll take a look at in here. So if you go under here, see if I can find everything in here that you need to take a look at. So the old dump truck, the BM Volvo DR631, $50,000 starting price, 65 horsepower, manual transmission, 100 liters of fuel, runs at 15 miles an hour, so it's not very slow. Or excuse me, not very fast. It is very slow. Holds 5,400 liters of basically every bulk fill type in here, including iron now, which is added on there, or iron ore down there. So this is up by the mine if you start out in Silver Run to use. And this thing weighs 8.1 tons. If we go into here, not a lot of customization. Under trailer board, you have standard and wides. Under Continental, you have standard. Under Vertistine, you have standard. And then back to trailer boards there. And then you have license plates. So that's all your customization for that guy. And if we go over here, we have this guy right here, big old forklift. It's the Manitou M50-4, has 75 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, holds 85 liters of fuel, will drive at 12 miles per hour and weighs 8.3 tons for you. If we go in here, not a lot of customization. We have trailer board, BKT, Vertistine, and back to trailer board there. That's all your customization. So if we hop out here, sounds great. All that good stuff. You have a beacon on there. You want to use that. Not a whole lot of other stuff you can do. I should be able to, I don't have access then, so let me dump it, of course, but you can see what we'll just put some stuff in it here so you can see what it looks like. We don't want to empty that. Wheat, yeah, let's put some wheat in there so you can see what it looks like full of stuff. But there you go. That is the little BM 350 or whatever this thing is called. I can't remember. What is it? The 631. Not even close to the 350. Then we have the forklift over here. Sounds great. Pretty good range on that as well. Again, you can do it. It works just like a regular forklift would. There's a beacon light on there. Different other lights on there as well. Horn. It's more of an obnoxious horn. I like it. But yeah, so pretty standard. Not a whole lot of different stuff with that. But there you go. Another forklift. Next thing I want to take a look at is the 3 new trucks we get with the expansion here. So we hop back into the expansion. Go into the store here. Go down here. So first one, We have the Volvo F16 Globetrotter, 102,500 starting price, has 470 to 500 horsepower, manual transmission, holds 500 liters of fuel, and will run at 55 miles per hour and weighs 8.4 tons. If we go into the store, the engine setup, the F16 470 is 470 horsepower, then we have 485 horsepower, then 500, and then back down to 470. Wheel setup, we have standard, wides, those are our two different options there. Sunshield, we have yes, or no, you can take that sunshield off the front. Design, we have yes, or no, you can make it a plain truck there. Additional lights, we have 1, 2, and then no. So 1, 2, no, you can see on the top there what are added on. Again, 1, 2, and no. Beacons, yes, adds 2 beacons. That's actually an easier way to see the lights on there if you wanted those on there. Or no. Mud flaps, no, or yes, so you can take those mud flaps off the back there, you can see. Capacity, 500 liter, 750 liter, or 500 liter. So I'm assuming that's for fuel, yeah. So 500 liter fuel tank, 750 liter fuel tank, you can see it adjusts over there. As we scroll down, you can adjust the main color to any of the base game colors there. Chassis color, same thing, so let's make that more distinguished there. Design color, let's make that blue so you can see what that is. It's that front portion there. Rim color, pink, so you can make it kind of whatever color you want, plus you have license plates there. So a lot of good customization on that. Next up, we have the Volvo VNX 300, 149,500 to buy, 500 horsepower, power shift, transmission, holds 1,075 liters of fuel, will run at 55 miles an hour, and weighs 13.3 tons for us. So, oops, sorry. Get back into here. We have the Tridem short, we have the Tridem long, and back to, or sorry, tandem long, Tridem. That's the 3 wheels. Tridem long, Tridem short. They have tandem short, tandem longs if you want only 2 wheels. So different options there. Beacon, you can add 2 beacons onto the top. Oop, let's get down here so we can see the truck a little better. Yes or no. Mirrors, yes. No, that's just those front mirrors there. Sunshield, yes or no. That's that sunshield right there. Horn, yes or no. So yes, that's gonna be like kind of like, I don't know if it'll actually change the noise it makes. I didn't test that, but you can see the horn icons on the top, or the horn little deals on the top added on there. Antenna, yes or no. Aero parts, yes or no. That's those little wings there. And then you can also change the main color to basically anything there. Grille color can be changed to whatever you want, which I think is just this front portion here. Yep, that front portion there. Design color, you can change that the design colors there. Rim color, you can also make to whatever you'd like there. And then you have license plate configuration there as well. Then we go up to the Volvo FH16, 137,000 to buy, between 550 and 750 horsepower, power shift transmission, holds 755 liters of fuel, runs at 55 miles per hour, and weighs 8.1 tons. You go in here, you have the roof setup, you have the XL, or you have the sleeper, or the XL. So the sleeper XL, which is pretty cool. You got a couple different options there for the roof. For engine setup, this one has 550 horsepower. Then we have 650 horsepower, 750, and back down to 550. Wheel setup, we have 4x2, 6x4, 8x4 tag, 8x4 push, and back to 4x2. For aero parts, we have design 3. That's just gonna be these back wings here. We have none, design 1, design 2, design 3. So you have different designs there. Front mounting, none, or let's go down here, none. We have design 1, design 2, design 3, and then none. So let's look at that front again. Design 1, design 2, design 3, and then none there. Safety frame, yes, 1, 2, 3, and then none. So you can add a safety frame if you'd like to on there with some extra lights. Mud flaps, so if we go to the mud flaps in the back, we have Volvo, or none, or design 1, or Volvo. So there you go. Mirrors, design 1. Let's go to the front here. So we have none, design 1, which is going to add an extra mirror right there. Design 2 takes that one away. Design 3 just has that one. So you have those different options there, or just none of them. Main color can be anything base game. Grille color, you can make it anything base game as well. Design color, you also can make it anything base game. Let's make that something more visible. Red, so you can see the design color there. Rim color, you can make them any of those colors right there. And then you have a license plate configuration. So there you go. The train's running by, love it. Let's hop in each one of these real quick. Oh, that sounds fantastic. I love it. Horn. Lights on there. Beautiful. This one. Also sounds fantastic. Great horn on it. Lights. Just 2 options there, so not a lot of lighting on that one. This guy right here. Also sounds great. Little weak horn on that one. But there you go. That's those guys right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up for the next ones. I'll bring you guys back in here in just a second. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at the wheel loaders here. So if we go in the store, under the Platinum expansion, there are 4 wheel loaders in this expansion here, essentially. So we have right here the Volvo LM841 to start, $40,000 to buy, 98 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, holds 170 liters of fuel, runs at 15 miles an hour, and weighs 9 tons. If we go into here, you can adjust the wheel setup here. So with trailer board, we have standard, we have wides, back to standard. Michelin, we have wides. Continental, we have standard, we have wides, back to standard. Midas, we have wides. Vertestein, we have standard, wides, back to standard, and then back to trailer board. Safety frame, we have yes on there or no, so you can take that safety frame off if you'd like. Beacons, yes or no, and then you can do a license plate if you'd like to, you front and back or however you want to do it, but you can put license plates on there if you'd like to. There you go. Next up, we have the Volvo L120H, $252,000 starting price to buy. Runs at 276 horsepower, has a power shift transmission, 270 liters of fuel, 24 miles per hour, and 19.4 tons is how much this bad boy weighs. So take a look at it here. Wheel setup, we have standard, standard 2, back to standard. Safety beacon, we have no or yes. And then beacon, we have yes or no. And then we have license plate options there for you. Next up, we have the Volvo L180H. This is $304,000 to buy. 333 horsepower, power shift transmission, holds 366 liters of fuel, runs at 23 miles an hour, and weighs 27.1 tons. If we go into here, has safety frame, yes. Design 1, design 2, design 3, and none. So let's take a look here. So design 1, so it's kind of got that design there for us. Design 2, design 3, and then no right there. So nice, I like that. Safety beacon, yes or no. Beacon, you have design 1, design 2, and then none. So design 1 has it up top, you can see. Design 2 puts it off to the sides, and then none. And then we also have the license plate configuration there. Finally, the coolest one, the Volvo L200H high lift. This is $381,000 to buy. Has 341 horsepower. It's a power shift transmission. Holds 366 liters of fuel. Runs at 23 miles per hour and weighs 37.3 tons, which is a ton more. It's 10 tons more than this guy right here, which makes sense. It needs a lot of weight probably in the back. But this thing is absolutely ridiculously looking. So safety frame, we have yes or no. So yes or no there. Safety beacon, yes or no. Beacons, design 2, no. Design 1, design 2, and then back to no there. So, and then license plates for you. And now let's also take a look at the tools for front loaders in here. So for the first three we're going to take a look at, go to the Volvo BM LM841, which is these three guys right here. And the rest will go to the other ones. So we have a universal bucket, 2,400 liters. Weighs 800 kilograms, hold 2,400 liters of any bulk item in here. So go in here, you can adjust the main color to either yellow or black. And then we also have the Volvo BM rock bucket. So this will hold all of these guys in bulk at 1,000 liters. 1,500 to buy. Go in here, we can also do black or yellow for the colors. We have the pallet fork, which weighs 300 kilograms. $2,000 to buy. You can do black or yellow for the colors. Then if we go to all this equipment through here, we have the general purpose bucket, holds 3,600 liters, weighs 1 ton. And we have no color configuration, which I don't think we have any for any of these. We'll double check. The rock bucket, spade nose, $9,500 to buy. It'll hold 3,000 liters, weighs 1.3 tons. And then we have the high tip bucket, no color configuration, $17,000 to buy. Holds 5,000 liters of any bulk item, weighs 1.8 tons. Then we have pallet forks, weighs 300 kilograms, no color configurations. We have the big bag lifter, weighs 500 kilograms, $4,000, no color configuration. We have the Volvo general purpose bucket for the L1. Now, see, they all have different options on here in terms of what they're supposed to go to. But if you go in the combinations, actually, they do have it pretty well set up. They should all hook up to everything, but I could be wrong. I haven't tested all this. It might be that the big ones will only take these really large buckets and such like that, but I haven't tested all that yet. But then we have the spade nose bucket, 3,500 liters of all these bulk crops, 1.5 tons, no color configuration. We have the high tip bucket, $23,000, 10,000 liters of any of these guys, which is ridiculous. That's a lot. And no color configuration there for you. We have the pallet fork for the L180H, 650 kilograms, $3,000 to buy. We do have a configuration there. No color configuration, but we have wide or small for that. Then if we go to the big bag handler, or big bag lifter for the L180H, 4,500 to buy, weighs 550 kilograms, and no color configuration there. We have the unloading grapple, 6,500 to buy, weighs 2.3 tons. No color configurations here, any other configurations. And that's what we have for the front loader attachment. So here's all those attachments here. So I mean, I bet you it's this one that holds 10,000 liters, you would think. I mean, that's a huge bucket. Absolutely crazy how big that bucket is. But that's all the different equipment out there. Now, if we take a look at the actual wheel loaders themselves, I don't have any attachments on them because, I mean, there's just not really a whole lot that's going to change in terms of looking at it. But if we hear that guy start up, sounds great. Again, you can do what you need to do for the bucket, just like any other bucket. Horn there. Lights. Beacon. All good to go. This guy right here. Sounds great. This is the L120H. Everything works the way it should. You can do steering mode, so we have steering wheel. We do control Y, joystick. I'm assuming that's just inside there that changes it. I'm not sure if it'll change for anything outside. Then we have back to steering wheel there. Again, we can adjust that. We have the horn. Pretty lame horn, to be honest. Those beacon on there, flashy beacon there, all works out great. This guy's just like a bigger version of that, the L180H. You can still do steering modes, joystick or regular. You can adjust this how you want. Horn, lights look good on it, and you got a beacon on there. And I apologize, I'm running through these pretty quick because I mean there's not a lot really to kind of cover on these, to be honest with you guys. This guy right here, this one's a little bit cooler. We have again joystick or steering wheel, horn, lights on there, and then beacons if you want the beacons. Like the beacons, I like the flashy beacons like that. We can go way up high, which that's ridiculously high. We can turn that however we need to. This thing is really cool. Turn that. Yeah, very cool. It says control group 1. I don't think there's any. Oh, I guess equipment. So there's a different control group. So that. Oh, look at that. You can put that down to kind of, I think, stabilize you is what the purpose of that is. Or no, that's a little pusher. Yeah, it's a little like a kind of a. That's kind of cool to kind of push the logs and shove them into your whatever you need to do. So pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, that's a pretty cool piece of equipment right there. Now, next thing I want to take a look at is kind of its own category, which is this hydraulic crusher. The skid steer loader is nothing new to us, but this hydraulic crusher, if we go in the store here, we'll go towards the end here. Sorry, fast scrolling. All the way right here, $9,000 to buy, weighs 294 kilograms. This is what you're going to use to break rocks in the forest if you need to break rocks. No other configurations, hooks up to any skid steer loader. So if I hop in here, open up the help menu. Not doing anything, but it is on. I was hoping to be something else cool it would do or anything like that. Oh, we gotta unfold it. Now if I turn it on, maybe? Nope, it was on the whole time. That's kind of cool. I like that. You can go around breaking rocks and doing your thing. But yeah, I like that. Nothing else really special about it, just that's the hydraulic breaker. You can fold it. I think you can use it in both configurations. It seems to be on. I will do a video that talks a little bit more about hydraulic braking in the future, but that's what I wanted to cover, is to show it off from the store right there. But there you guys go. There's a hydraulic breaker. All right, next up, we're going to talk about the excavators that we have available for us. So if we go back into here, under Platinum, we have these two guys right here, which are added in as excavators. So first we have the Volvo EC250DL for $260,000. It's going to have 187 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, hold 470 liters of fuel, run at 6 miles per hour, weigh 28.3 tons, and it will do trees up to 70 centimeters. So what it means by that, see that one says 81 centimeters, so a little bit bigger. But what that means by that, if we go in here, we have this one as the grapple configuration, which means you're only going to have a grapple on it. You can do this processor head, which this is going to do your 70 centimeters of wood there. The grapple is not going to matter because, well, it's not going to harvest wood, but that is what it's talking about, is that harvester header, which is one of your configurations. Then we have the fast coupler, which will attach to 4 different attachments, which we'll take a look at in a second, and then back to the grapple there for you. So we have a couple different ones we'll take a look at. So beacon, yes or no. Safety beacon, yes or no. And windows, you have standard or tinted, which is kind of cool. There we go. Now this one here, again, 81 centimeter logs, 292 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, 620 liters of fuel, run at 6 miles per hour, weigh 41.6 tons, and costs $365,000. We go in here, we again have the grapple, harvester head, which is going to be that 81 centimeters, fast coupler, and then back to grapple. We have beacon, yes or no, safety beacon, yes or no, and windows, tinted or standard for us. Now, if we go further down this way, we'll take a look at the attachments that come with this here. For what's going to attach to this. So we have a couple different ones. So first, this tree planter plants new trees in the ground. You can buy pallets of saplings shop to fill this planter. So this is the planter. This will attach using that quick coupler. If combinations, it shows it'll attach to these. It also needs those, which we'll talk about in a second. Oop, I got out of there. Oop, perfect to put me right back where I wanted to be. So this is the Rysatech Builds the Forest SKB 240, 67,500. Will hold 240 saplings, which is a lot, and weighs 1.6 tons. If we go in here, no configurations, you get what you get. If we go over here, we have the Woodcracker C550, $43,000 to buy. It will do 2 trees at the same time, 55 centimeters each, 2 tons, or at least it'll hold 2 trees, I guess I should specify that. It'll hold 2 trees, weighs 2 tons, and then, again, it's a tree harvester. So if we go into here, no configurations there, so you can do 2 different trees with that guy. Then we have the Woodcracker here, the G1650. This is just basically a grapple to hold logs. Costs 22,500, weighs 1.1 tons, no configurations. Then we have this guy right here, which requires 180 horsepower, costs $23,000, weighs 1.8 tons, and then has a 1.8 meter working width. This is just a forestry mulcher to get rid of your stumps, which is pretty cool. Then we have the pallet of tree saplings. It is 7 grand, which seems kind of expensive, but not when you think about you're planting 240 trees with it. So if you go in here, you can customize it. So again, actually it ended up being 12 grand or more. Spruce, pine, stone pine, birch is free there. Well, $7,000 is the base cost there. Again, you can go through all the different in-game ones here. And then there is sequoia as well. Giant sequoia trees, so you can do 240 of those. Are a little bit more expensive, so you can replant those, which is pretty cool. But there you guys go. That's those different items there. So let's take a look at them. So first, we have the smaller version of the equipment here. This is the E250 or EC250DL. That just has the grapple. Grapple's gonna work like any other grapple, no big deal. Horn. Ooh, that's quite the horn there. Then we have beacons. There we go. No big deal. Works the way it's supposed to work. This guy here has the tree processor on it. That's the one that you can't adjust or anything like that. If we open up the help menu, we can turn it on. So it's gonna have to unfold. We can tilt the harvester header down if we wanted to do that. And again, all your controls are gonna work pretty much the same. You can tilt things around, do whatever you need to do. You can change the cut length there. So this is 5 meters, 6 meters, 8 meters, 9 meters, 12 meters, 15, 20, and then max. So it's just gonna do the whole tree, and then back down to 2.5, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. So there you go in terms of that. So pretty cool in terms of that. Yeah, everything else is pretty much the same. Now we have one of those big ones over here with the tree coupler. Then we have our grapple. We have our forestry harvester. We have our mulcher, and then we have the tree planter, which I'm only going to hook up to the tree planter because they're all going to work pretty much the same way. But I want to show you how to load the trees into it if you guys are going to use that tree planter. So there you go. Just had it there just a second ago. There we go. Hook up to that. Now if we open up our help menu, we should be able to hit R to refill it. And that animation is incredible. Look at that. It does take a while, yes, but that's so cool. That is fantastic. But yeah, it's just going to load up and do its thing. No big deal. You can see I'm pulling them out of the pallet there. It's really cool. I love that. I did not know it was going to do that. I thought it was just going to be instantaneous like it has been in the past. But there you go. And then you can use this to plant trees once you load it up. I think it'll hold all one pallet, I think, at a time. Yep, there you go. 240 trees. So, yeah, pretty cool. If you wanted to plant tree, can't. I guess we can. There we go. Can we plant one here? You don't have access land? Yeah, well, we can, so we don't have land. But yeah. And then I to unload. Guess it's not going to unload for me. There we go. There's a pallet. You can put them all back out in a pallet, which is pretty cool. So you can change out what tree you're doing in terms of that. So pretty cool. But there we go. That is all the wheel loaders there. Next thing I want to talk about is these beautiful auto load containers here. So these guys are going to be found in the store under Platinum Expansion. I'm just going to skip all the way to the end because that's where they're at. And actually, while we're talking about them, we'll also talk about the spray paint cans as well. So we can buy any one of these. We'll just buy that one. All the colors work the same, so they're all $100, and they work as like a chainsaw would in there. And then the shipping container, it's $38.50 to buy. So actually, we just bought the. Well, no, we'll just do them both in the same kind of category here. So shipping container, $38.50 to buy. So that's how much it can hold, between 21.7 to 44 meters cubed. So 21,700 liters of trees to 44,000. We'll take a look at that in a second. Weighs 3.7 tons. This is an auto load container. So you have a 12 meter configuration, 9 meter, and a 6 meter, and then back to 12 there. So you have several configurations designed. You have standard, lizard logistics, lizard forestry, back to standard, and you can change the color to whatever color you'd like. So the idea behind this is that you're going to put trees in it. You're going to auto load in it by opening up the front door and kind of loading them in there, and then you can transport this where it needs to go. So in terms of how to move this, you're going to need a big, you're probably need a wheel loader. You can see you have the fork options down there. It's probably a little bit easier than the standard. Well, white's not helping us at all. Maybe gray. Yeah, but it's a little bit easier to see those little fork options down there. So you're going to want to use one of your big pallet forks. The one you're actually going to have to use is going to be this guy right here, and you're going to need to use it in that wide configuration, not the small one. So wide for that, and that'll be able to actually get that moved around for you. But there you go. And then all the paints are $100 a piece. So if we hop out here, let's take a look at the paint first. So we're down here. We don't own any land down here. So let's just buy this chunk of land right here. Right ahead of us. So let's go out to a tree here. If I just scroll with the mouse, I have that. That'll pop up right there. And then if I walk up to, well, let's say this tree right here, you can see that icon. So you see in the middle of the screen, right there, it says X on it. It has the spray can. If I get close enough to a tree, it says I can spray that tree. So there's a couple things. So this is going to spray at X. So if I click it and spray an X up there. Now, if I spray down here, it's going to remove whatever I sprayed before and put the X down here now. Now, on the upper left-hand corner, you can see change marker. So that's an X, and you can see the X in the middle of the spray can. If I change the marker, I can do this design right here, which you can see in the middle of the spray can. I can do this design right here. I can do this design right here. This design right here. This design right here, and then back to the X. You can do that in any color. And if you do, you can't do multiple colors on a tree, so if I bought a second color and sprayed this tree, it would change it to that. But it is cool, you can kind of put it wherever you want on, oh, let's say I gotta mark this tree right here. Well, there we go. Wasn't doing it at first. All right, so you can go around just marking trees, which is pretty cool. I think that's a really cool feature, especially the way it's set up. So there you go. Now the shipping containers, I'm gonna use some super strength magic to move these guys around. I'm gonna put some trees out here. So first I'm gonna put a couple of big trees, and then I'm gonna put just a couple of small trees out here just to kind of show this off. I have super strength on, you can't normally move these. So if I have one of these bins closed, like that, I can't get this in here. It's not gonna auto-load it for me. But if I open that up, it just took it immediately there. So you see the loaded log has the wrong length for the container. This reduces the sell price. So that it's gonna tell you that if you have the wrong length for it. But if I take one that this log is actually too long for this container, I can still load it in this container since it's an auto load function. So I go in there, it puts it in there, boom, it's slowly filling up. I walk up to it, it's gonna tell me what's in there. Then I can close it if I don't want it to auto load anymore, or I can leave it as is. So again, I can go up to this big container with a log that's not long enough for it, and it's not gonna go in until I open that container up. But now, if I load it in the front, it'll go in just like that. Now if I take it to the side, it's not going to go in. See, it doesn't go in on the side here. You have to take it through the front, and then it'll go in there just like that. So there you go. But that's how those work. They're really cool. I'm really excited to use those. I think that's great that you actually have an auto-load log function for all platforms in the game now, which is pretty cool. I mean, we've had that kind of before, but it's cool to see this come into the Platinum expansion there. But anyhow, let's continue on with our equipment tour. All right, next up, we're going to talk about like the winches and that sort of stuff here. So if we go into the Platinum expansion here, we start scrolling through, we're gonna take a look at these guys right here. These sort of, or these, I guess we'll start with these three and then we'll talk about these two guys here. They're kind of part of this category, just kind of working winches and trailers and transport and stuff like that. So right here, the first winch we have is the Tayfun EGV 65 AHK SG, 7,500 to buy. It will require 60 horsepower, weighs 640 kilograms, and it will lift 6.6 tons worth of tree. There's no configurations in the store for it. Next up, we have this guy right here, the DWP 186, 21,900 to buy. It requires 80 horsepower, weighs 645 kilograms, and will lift up to 8.6 tons. Then we have this guy right here, no configurations in the store. This guy is the Kohler Force Check K300T SKA1-Z, 38,000 to buy. Requires 110 to 200 horsepower, weighs 2.1 tons. Has 500 meters of basically length for the cord that you can pull the tree at, and will be able to hold 1.5 tons at a time. And again, there's no configurations in there. Moving down the line here, we have the Kohler, the K307C, and all that stuff. I'm not going to keep going through it. 95,000 to buy. Requires 225 horsepower, weighs 9.1 tons. It has 840 meters of coil for you to use. We'll be able to lift up to 3 tons. And if we go in here, it does have under trailer board, no customizations, BKT standard, and then that's all you have, and then your license plate there, so not really any customization. Then we have this guy right here, the P134272, 18,000 to buy. It's just a tree trailer that has a crane on it, so crane or just a timber trailer, you can do that as well. So if you just want timber trailer, 18 grand for that, or again, you can have the crane in there. Trailer board, Midas, BKT, Vertestein, and then back to trailer board, all standard configurations. And then you have a license plate option for you. So that's what you have in terms of those. So we're gonna go ahead and try to use them out here. So I have that smaller one here. I've never used them at all, so we're gonna lower the winch there. Not sure if we back up to it. We might have to be outside of the... So I can adjust it using the mouse there. Okay. Pull winch. There we go, look at that. Oop, I released it. Pull winch. And then B to attach to tree. Right. Oh, I'm increasing my there we go. I was increasing my player speed because of what I have for my player option there. So there we go, that is attached. Now if we go into here, I can pull this tree around, which is pretty cool. There we go, I can just dump it off and it'll stay on there. Now this smaller one here, or this bigger one here, this bigger guy right here, that little blue one's gonna work the same way. We're gonna hook up to this guy, because this guy should work a little bit different. This is the kind of the tower option here. Now if we open up our help menu, we're gonna Oh, we can fold it down so we won't have it unfolded. There's what we want. Lower it down. Do we have to turn it on or anything like that? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. So I don't see any option in terms of that. Now if I go back here, I can set... Oh, look at that. If I want to grab this over here. Let's see. Cancel yarder, or I can... How do I put this on? Let's see here. I wonder if it's because it's already hooked up to something. Let's cancel that real quick. Let's put another tree in here. Because this one should be able to pull stuff from a long ways away. So if I have this like way over here, I should be able to hook it up to this guy right here. Cancel yarder setup, pickup object. I should be able to put that on there. I wonder why that's... I wonder if it's because it's not... I wonder if the tractor has to be on. Let's do some experimenting here with this. I am super curious. I really want to get this to work because this is a pretty cool feature. So let's do automatic condenser off. Okay, perfect. So if I come up here, set up... Oh, maybe I have to... Ooh, wait a second, what did that say? Tree is too small for the rope, search for a higher tree. Oh, so maybe we hook it up to like one that's not cut down yet. There we go, right there. So that's how that's gonna work, and then we can put that on by... Yep, there it is. So we hooked it up there. That is pretty cool. So then we tear it down, and then we can pull it up here. And look at that, it just... Oh, I love that. This thing's probably really struggling to move it, so, okay. I wonder how we get that to go. Now, it's not cut down yet, so we might have to go up there with a chainsaw here real quick. That's really shaking. I wonder why it's shaking. It could just be that it's not designed to do that big of an area or anything like that. Sorry, I didn't know I was actually going to go into like almost like a full tutorial on how to use this thing, but I was like, you know what? While we're here, let's just take a look at it. So if we cut this tree down... Why can't I cut this tree? Well, anyhow. Move carriage. Yeah, I'm not sure. I might have to cancel the setup here. We'll cancel that. Chop. Oh, gosh. It's weird that it won't let me. I wonder if I have to chop it down first and then I can yard it out. I'm not sure what's all going on here. All right, so if I chop that, it's a big old tree over there. Grab this. Can I hook it up to this guy? No, it looks like it wants to be hooked up to... Yeah, anyhow, we'll take a look at that later on, probably. I'm not sure why that's not working the way it should. You would think that you'd just be able to cut that tree down. Yeah, okay. So, okay. Oh, it's moving it over to me, maybe. There we go. Okay, now it's working. Now it's working. So that's coming over to us. Okay. Not allowed to cut this tree. How do I get that to... Super odd. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Well, anyhow, let me know what I'm doing wrong down in the chat, but that's pretty cool how that works. I think we got plenty of information on how that thing works and setting it up and everything like that. Yeah, we can't, yeah, we gotta cancel it before we can, there we go. Now we can disconnect that. But let's go ahead and move on to the next object here. That's pretty cool. So I'm not sure how that's all gonna work in terms of getting that to work and everything like that, but this is gonna be very similar in terms of how this guy's gonna work here. But if we back up to it, hook it up real quick. We unfold that. So it's just a yarder. It's gonna work very much the same. So if I select it back here, I can just put it on a tree somewhere. Sure. There we go. But there you go. It's gonna work very similar to that. So pretty cool in terms of that. But let's turn this guy off. Next thing I want to take a look at is some trailers over here. So we'll take a look at these real quick. There's a couple new added trailers to the expansion here. So if we go under here, I've already talked about all this stuff through here. We have 2 new timber trailers. So we have the Swarthmiller timber trailer, 40,500 to buy, weighs 3.3 tons. If we go in here, we can do extension 2x3, 3x2.5, 2x4, and then back to 2x3 there. Wheel stand up, we have standard, wides, back to standard. Spare wheel, we have no or yes. You can see it adds a, I don't know if I can actually see it under there. Spare wheel under there. So you can see yes or no on that. Design 3 for mud flaps. Design or no, then design 1, design 2, design 3. There you go. Design orange, yellow, or no. So again, that adds some little bit of colors on there. Chassis color, you can change that however you'd like, and main color you can change however you'd like as well. Design color, we can change that as well. And then room color, we also can change that to what we'd like there, and we can add a license plate on it. Then we have the timber trailer semi, 42,500 to buy, weighs 5.4 tons. If we go into here, we can customize it. So extension 4x3, 3x4, 2x6, and then back to 4x3. So basically what that's saying is that the 4x3 meter is there's 4 chunks of where you can put 3-meter logs. And there's 3 chunks where you put 4-meter logs, 2 chunks where you can put 6-meter logs, and of course you can just put 12-meter across the whole thing if you'd like to. And then we have mud flaps. We have design with all the same designs here. So design 3, no. Design 1, design 2. Spare wheel, yes or no. On that, you can add a spare wheel. You can see the spare wheel there, yes or no. Design, orange. And again, that's those little colored kind of like reflective strips that get put on there. Chassis color, you can adjust however you would like to. Main color, you can adjust however you'd like to. Design color, however you'd like to as well. And room color, however you'd like to in terms of there. And then we also have the license plate on there. Then we move a little bit further down. We have low loader 4A. This is by Swarthmiller as well. $60,000 to buy, weighs 7.9 tons. If we go in here, just a low loader. Spare wheel, yes or no. Main color can be adjusted to whatever you'd like. Rim color can be adjusted to one of those colors. Then there's a license plate configuration. Then we have the low loader 3A, $55,000 to buy, weighs 9.1 tons. A little bit bigger there. Main color can be adjusted to what you'd like. Spare wheel, yes or no. Rim color, and then you have the license plate configuration. And those trailers are out here. So you have small timber trailer, large one, small low loader, large one here, though not too much smaller than that one, to be honest. But there you go for transporting your forestry equipment or whatever you'd like to transport around town. But yeah, let's move on. I think the last thing we have to take a look at is going to be our forestry equipment. All right, so time for the final bit of equipment, the moment we've all been waiting for, all the new forestry stuff here. So we're going to take a look at it in the store, then we'll take a look at it out here. So we have the Komatsu 911.5 X3M 2011, $375,000 to buy, has 228 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, holds 370 liters of fuel, runs at 12 miles an hour, weighs 24.5 tons, and will do trees up to 65 centimeters. If we go in here, this is a tree harvester. You do have options for a safety cage or no, so that just adds that kind of roll cage there on the back for you. But there you go. Then we have the Komatsu 951, $449,000 to buy. This one's going to do, it's going to run at 291 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, holds 529 liters of fuel, runs at 12 miles an hour, weighs 23.8 tons, and does trees up to 70 centimeters. Then we have the Impex Hannibal T50, $750,000 to buy, so a little pricey on this one. 320 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, holds 460 liters of fuel, runs at 4 miles an hour. This thing weighs 50.1 tons and will do trees up to 120 centimeters. So this is going to be your biggest tree harvester here. Then we also have the John Deere 843L2, $284,500 to buy. This is going to be running at 270 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, 396 liters of fuel, 11 miles per hour. It will do up to 2 trees at a time, so it can hold 2 different ones on there. 17.1 tons, says trees up to 58 centimeters. And actually, did I take a look at the inside of these? I don't think I did. I think I totally skipped over that. I've been doing this too long now. Nokian tires, or you can do all first. You have a couple of different tracks on there that are available to you. So just a few of those things to look through there. Then we're back to Nokian, safety frame, yes or no. And then for this guy right here, there's nothing for configurations. And now we're on to this guy. So we just took a look at this guy. BKT, you have standard. You have wides, back to standard. Trailer board, you have wides. Michelin, you have wides, minus wides. The Ellsworths, you have Eco Track. Then you got several other just options on there. All the way back to the Eco Tracks, and then back to BKT, standard and wide, and then back to trailer board there. So windows, you have standard or tinted that you can do on that one. Continuing on, we have the John Deere 848L2. $299,500 to buy. This runs at 281 horsepower, variable CVT transmission. It holds 392 liters of fuel, runs at 15 miles an hour, weighs 22.5 tons. And this guy has a ability to lift 15 tons worth of trees for you. So it has kind of a crane on the back. So if we go in here, that's what's going to be lifting those trees. So under wheel configurations, you have either BKT with standards, and then all sorts you have Eco Track, and then all the way around back to the Eco Track here, there. So a few options there. Then back to BKT, so just those two options there. Windows, you have standard or tinted. These guys we looked at earlier in excavators. They're their own category that we took a look at. Then we have the Volvo BM SM462, 55,000 to buy, 47 horsepower, manual transmission, 170 liters of fuel, runs at 12 miles an hour, weighs 7.5 tons. So if we go in here, you have, in terms of wheel configurations, basically just a transporter for trees and stuff like that. So under Trailerberg, you have standard or wide. Under Michelin, you have wide. Under Continental, you have standard, wides. Under Midas, you have wides. Under Vertisign, you have standard or wides. And then under Trailerberg again. And then you have a license plate option if you want it. And if we continue down, we have the Franzelt Felix, 235,000 to buy. Has 180 to 236 horsepower, variable CVT transmission, holds 220 liters of fuel, runs at 24 miles per hour. It weighs 18.1 tons and can lift 10 tons on its crane there. So if we go in here, Felix 180, that's the engine there. Then we also have the 236, so a couple options there. Trailerboard, we have standard. BKT, we have standard. And then under all those first, we have several options under here. And then we have back to Trailerboard and then license plate configurations there. And I believe that is everything. We've taken a look at everything now once we get through all these guys out here. This is the Komatsu 911. So again, configurations. This thing's going to work like anything else. B to turn it on so you can start harvesting trees. Do your thing. Move it however you need to. Everything like that. Nothing terribly different. You can adjust the cut length however you'd like to. You can also tilt the harvester header down if you'd like to do that. However you want to do it. That says higher. It says hired AI worker. That's just going to be so you can have it basically transport itself somewhere if you want to have it drive somewhere. Then we have the Komatsu 951 here. Basically the same thing. Everything else is going to be the same except a little bit bigger trees on this guy here. So I'm not going to take too much of a look at that guy. This guy's the big deal right here. B to turn it on. So first we need to unfold it. So unfolding it's going to be a little bit tricky here. So yeah, Z. There we go. That was going to be X, but don't say Z there. Big tree harvester there. This thing is really cool. Look at that thing. Now that it's unfolded, we can hit V to open the grabber. So that's what you're probably going to use to grab it, and then B to turn it on. So now this thing's ready to go. This thing is huge and very cool. Yeah. This thing is awesome. I'm loving this thing. I can't wait to get this thing out and use this bad boy right here. But yeah, so there you go. Control group, we have the crane, then we have the equipment. So you can adjust the tracks in and out if you'd like to there, which is pretty cool. You can adjust that blade as well. So a couple different options there. But yeah, this thing looks really cool. But there you go. Then the John Deere, very straightforward. If you turn it on, you can open up there. You can grab one tree, harvest it, then grab another one. Pretty quick, straightforward, not something crazy or anything like that. Then we have this guy right here again, just a crane on the back, so you can open and close what you need to do, and that can grab a pretty big log and then pull it out of wherever you need to pull it out of. So pretty cool, like that. Over here, you can unfold this guy to get that crane out, and it's going to kind of have that nice little area to pull a log up on right there. You can either drag a log out with this, or you can load. I mean, I guess you kind of really can't load logs on it. It's more to just drag one out, but you have that option for you. The Volvo here, if we unfold this guy, we don't have to unfold it. We're just gonna get the crane out and about, and you can start lifting logs up, getting your things loaded up, do your thing, everything like that. Get it into the trailer or the back here, and then you can haul them wherever you need to do, whether you're gonna sell them or whatever the case may be. But there you guys go. That is all of the equipment, and this is probably close to an hour-long video. I apologize. So much equipment, but yeah, that's why it's all timestamped down below. But if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel, and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching.